On the surface, Ethan and Olivia Parker looked like the perfect couple. They lived in a beautiful home, attended elegant social events, and were admired by everyone around them. Friends envied their glamorous lifestyle, believing they shared a love that could never be broken. But behind the expensive smiles and carefully crafted appearances, their marriage was quietly falling apart. For months, Ethan noticed subtle changes in Olivia. She guarded her phone, stayed out late with suspicious excuses, and became emotionally distant. The woman who once laughed with him over simple dinners now barely looked him in the eyes. Every unanswered question added another crack to the trust he had spent years building. One evening, Ethan accidentally discovered a series of messages that shattered his world. Olivia wasn't simply talking to another man, she had secretly planned a romantic dinner date with him. The conversations were filled with affection, excitement, and promises of a future together. Every word felt like a knife twisting deeper into Ethan's heart. Instead of confronting her in anger, Ethan made a decision that would change everything. He refused to beg for love or fight for someone who had already walked away emotionally. Rather than stopping Olivia, Ethan decided to let her believe she was in complete control. But behind his calm expression, he quietly began planning a revenge that would leave everyone speechless. As Olivia prepared for her secret evening, Ethan transformed himself. He focused on his appearance, rebuilt his confidence, expanded his business, and surrounded himself with successful, loyal people. Soon, another woman entered his life, not as part of a careless affair, but as someone who genuinely admired his strength, kindness, and ambition. Word slowly reached Olivia that Ethan was spending time with a beautiful, intelligent woman who respected him in ways she never had. What began as harmless curiosity quickly turned into jealousy. She expected Ethan to chase her, cry for her, and desperately try to save their marriage. Instead, he was moving forward without looking back. For the first time, Olivia realized the consequences of her betrayal. She watched as Ethan smiled again, laughed freely, and built a new life filled with confidence. The attention she once took for granted was now directed elsewhere. Every social gathering became a painful reminder that the man she believed would never leave had become stronger because of her betrayal. Meanwhile, Ethan uncovered an even darker truth. Olivia's relationship with the other man wasn't built on love at all. He had been manipulating her, using her financially while secretly seeing other women. The fantasy she had risked her marriage for collapsed before her eyes. Broken and humiliated, Olivia tried to return. She apologized, admitted her mistakes, and begged Ethan for another chance. She promised she had finally realized who truly loved her, but revenge had already done its work. Ethan had changed not into a cruel man, but into someone who finally understood his own worth. He no longer needed revenge fueled by anger because the greatest victory was becoming someone who refused to be betrayed again, standing face to face one final time. Ethan calmly told Olivia that forgiveness and reconciliation were not the same thing. He forgave her to free himself from bitterness, but he would never return to a relationship built on lies. As Olivia walked away with tears in her eyes, she realized that betrayal rarely destroys a marriage in a single moment. It destroys trust one secret at a time, until there is nothing left to save. Ethan's story became a powerful reminder that the strongest revenge is not violence. Hatred or humiliation is rising above betrayal, rebuilding your life, and proving that someone else's disloyalty does not define your future. Some wounds never fully disappear, but they can become the foundation of a stronger, wiser person. In the end, Ethan didn't just survive betrayal, he conquered it. Royal Revenge Stories brings you unforgettable tales of betrayal, heartbreak, karma, justice, and powerful revenge where every choice has consequences and every secret eventually comes to light. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this emotional revenge story, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Royal Revenge Stories for more gripping tales of betrayal, karma, and unforgettable revenge. New stories are waiting for you in every upload.